This is Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for November 30th, 2016. Today is all about oil. If we look at pre-market here, you can see crude is up over 7%, meaning the double leverage is going to be up probably around 14%, and the triple leverage, which we're not trading anymore, UWTI, because it's been delisted, is probably up around 20%. So huge move from oil. It relates to OPEC. There was some fear that they were not going to cut production as was thought, so decrease supply, but they just came out and said they were going to, and oil is reacting accordingly. So if we look at USO here, it's basically back where it was about a week ago, right in here at the moving averages. So we're going to watch oil very closely today and potentially just enter on this catalyst without even waiting for any consolidation patterns or anything like that. Just enter on the catalyst. Hopefully this is something that pushes oil back to the highs here, and if not, we'll get stopped out for a small loss. So we'll be looking at UCO to trade oil specifically, and then energy is already popping and has already been showing relative strength related to oil. So we can use the triple leveraged ERX for energy, which is getting right to its highs here. And then I'm going to build a bigger list, but for now we're looking at OAS here, which is putting in a similar pattern. This is always one of my safe bets here for trading oil. So those 3 or 4 tickers there are what we're going to watch right now, and we'll slowly build it. But it looks like oil is going to be the spot to watch right now. So I will be looking to enter oil today unless we start to get a reversal and price starts to pull back in, or we get too extended. But if we can stay at these levels we're at here, I'll take a shot and see if that catalyst pushes us forward. Now let's quickly get to yesterday's entry. That was Facebook here, basically playing this moving average sandwich we talked about. We had this nice break here, remount of the 200-day. We've been consolidating. Looks like we're going to hold that level. We're pulling back in a little bit this morning, but we've got to stop in the 118, 118.50 range, which takes us right to the bottom of this candle here and below the 200-day moving average. Rest of the positions here, financials for us, the short position kind of bounced back. And if we look at XLF, it is getting right to that spot at the 9. If it can get below the 9, that should send the stock, the position our way. Bouncing a little this morning, so we're still within our stop range there. LABU hanging out here at the top half of this bar, which is where we want to be, and our stop is below that level. And Twilio is about a point below our entry here, but we've got some room here down to 30. So we're okay with most of these positions. I wouldn't expect to be stopped out today, but you never know. But oil is on the radar. In terms of other areas, we're looking at the same stuff we were looking at before. Steel is still, metals are still very extended and pulling back hard. Now we're going to look for that potential bounce. So they are working off that extended level, and they're testing. You can see here X is right at the 9, and is actually set to bounce this morning. So we could enter on the bounce or a break of the highs, and we could do this with a lot of these. AKS putting in the same pattern, MT putting in the same pattern, copper putting in that same pattern. So we're watching steel and metals very closely today. Do they hold on this pullback after an extended run? And oil, do we just jump in oil here off this catalyst and not really worry about setups, although they are putting in a classic kind of pullback bounce setup here. So those are the areas we're going to watch. We still have our other stocks. The analysis has not changed from yesterday. So expect a trade alert at some point today. And I'll see you guys a little later today or early tomorrow.